the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is the Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. It's time for our We Pick 'em segment. Barry, it's all basketball because we're in playoff mode. Let's get right to it. Game 3 of this Thunder-Mavs series. Who wins this game, Barry?
I'm going to take the Mavericks. I mean, the Thunder's won 2 close ones in Oklahoma City, and really home court advantage has been the determining factor. I think you play those 2 games in Dallas, and Dallas wins them. So I thought it was going to be a good close series to start with. We've seen nothing to turn that aside. I'm going to stay with the home court. Go with Dallas.
I think it's going to be close all the way, but I'm going with the Thunder to win Game 3. I think it could be another 1-point game, another 3-point game. These teams, the last 4 times they've played, it's been 4 points or less that the games have been decided. I mean, this is the way this is going, and home court is big. But Barry, I think the Thunder's going to go in there and just try to. I think they're going to try to win one of these games. And right now, momentum's on their side. I'm not sure that Dallas has the answers for the Thunder right now. Kevin Durant's been cold. If he heats up, look out. I think it could be a Thunder win. All right, what about this series, Barry? Thunder or Mavs? Who you got winning this one?
Well, I stay with the Thunder. I had 7 Thunder and 7 going in, and so I can't go against the Thunder after winning the first 2. But I think it's going to be tight. I think the Mavs are well suited to play the Thunder. They've got a guy that can dog Kevin Durant. Sean Marion, you noted Kevin's shooting slump. Well, that's because of Sean Marion doing an excellent job. We saw it last May. He does a fabulous job defending Kevin Durant. So I think the Mavs will extend the Thunder. I think the Thunder will come back to Oklahoma City for Game 7 and close it out.
I think the Thunder wins this series too. That was my pre-playoff pick, and I've still got them winning this series. But you talk about Kevin Durant and the job that Sean Marion's doing on him. No doubt, Kevin Durant is off. He's off his shot. But he's still getting shots. He's getting shots he likes. He's just not making them right now. I think that at some point that's going to turn. He's going to have some tough shots. That comes with playing in the NBA. But Barry, he's had some good looks that he hasn't knocked down. But I tell you, a guy who is knocking down good looks is Russell Westbrook. Who the heck are the Mavs got to guard him? They're going to go out and sign somebody between Game 2 and 3? I just don't see any answer for Russell Westbrook.
No, it's a good point.
All right, what about this one, Barry? What about a cage fight between Dirk and Perk? Who wins that one?
Well, I think Kendrick Perkins is going to win, but don't turn your back on Dirk. Remember when we used to think Dirk Nowitzki was soft? There's nothing soft at all about Dirk Nowitzki. In fact, if he wants to retire from the NBA, he can go be one of those Russian fighters in the Rocky series. He looks like that Ivan dude.
What if he shaved his head? He would look like one of those guys.
He would look, and let me tell you what. You're talking about cage. He's cagey. He's tough. Now I think Perk would take most people in a cage fight, but I tell you, on both teams, I would put Dirk in the top 5 in cage fight preparation. He's
got that long reach. I think he's got a shot, but against Perk, yeah, it's hard to pick against Perk in a cage fight. Obviously, these two nearly had a throwdown in Game 2. It didn't decide that game, but it definitely ramped up the physicality, the intensity. Barry, we knew this was an intense series to start with, but now it's transitioned into something more, and I think that really sparked it. Rivalry, all those sorts of things. I think we're going to go back to that moment and say that really changed things in this series and this rivalry. All right, let's go to another series, Barry. Bulls, Sixers, no Derrick Rose. Who wins this series?
I think Chicago still wins. They got blitzed last night, sort of had a nice lead at halftime and fell apart in the second half, but I think they're going to adjust. They played well during the season without Derrick Rose. I think they can do it again. I don't like Philadelphia's team at all. I think the Sixers are not long for this world. I think Chicago, it's not going to be near as easy as it would have been with Derrick Rose. I think Chicago still wins it.
I think after Game 2 and the way the Sixers won, I'm going Sixers. I had the Bulls going long ways in this playoffs, but it looks to me like the Bulls are really struggling to adjust. Now, Barry's right. They played really well during the regular season without Derrick Rose. They won a lot of games when he was hurt, and he was hurt a lot. But still, this is the playoffs. This is not the regular season. This is one game after another against the same team, and they're going to learn your tendencies. They're going to figure some things out. And I think the Sixers showed in that second half last night that they got some stuff figured out against the Bulls. No doubt John Lucas, heck, Barry, he played really well in trying to fill in for Derrick Rose, but I just think it's going to be tough. This series, I think, is turned. I'm going Sixers, but this is definitely one to watch in the first round. All right, lastly, what about this one, Barry? Who's worse, Amari Stoudemire or Rajon Rondo? We're talking knuckleheaded scale here. Who you got that's worse?
Well, I think it's Amari Stoudemire, for crying out loud. Rajon Rondo, he reacted to the emotion in the middle of the game over a 1 or 2 second period. I don't think he meant to bump the ref. It wasn't an accident. He did it, but I don't think he went after the ref. He just, 1 or 2, and the ref was close. Amari Stoudemire, moments after the game, we're talking, we're not talking 2 seconds, we're talking a few minutes. He's back in the hallway and punches a glass. You can't do that. Here's the deal. The Knickerbockers are a total mess. And we saw with the Celtics, the Celtics rally and win without Rondo. The Knicks need all hands on deck, although, frankly, you don't know how they're going to play with anybody. Without Carmelo, they play better. Without Amari, they play better. Without both of them, they might win the NBA title. But to go and punch a glass in the locker room is just silly. And so, Amari, you need to grow up.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I am, though, going to go with Rajon Rondo on the knuckleheaded scale. And here's why. Boston has a chance to win this series, which we saw with their performance in Game 2. The Knicks are out of it. Don't go punching a fire extinguisher glass plate, but still, Rajon Rondo, a leader on this Celtics team, and for him to let the emotions get the best of him in that first game, there was a bad call on the offensive end for the Celtics. He argued it, goes to the other end, gets called for a technical, then and arguing the technical, bumps the official. To have your emotions escalate to that point, you can't let that happen when you're on a team in a series. Amari's team is out of it. Go ahead. Maybe Melo needs to punch a fire extinguisher. Get both those guys out. See how it goes from there.
They can sit on the end of the bench with Jeremy Lin.
There you go. It's a nice trio down there. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.